River of Tears. I'm thrilled that you're here with me today. I'm Ray of Sunshine, or Ray of Sun Shining, or Raymond of Sun Shining, or Ray of Sun Shining. I'm Ray of Sunshine, or Raymond of Sun Shining. The possibilities are enormous. It's a brand new day, and you're looking at a brand new ray of sunshine, just like the brand new ray of sunshine that you see in every single one of my videos. That's about as complicated as it gets. There's a whole array of rays of sunshine, and that's what I show in my whole video presentation. I have been patiently and painstakingly presenting our evolutionary process in this whole video series. There's a whole array of rays of sunshine back in all those earlier videos. And if you go back there with an open mind, you're going to discover how you deal with discovering different. And the reason it would be significant to deal with discovering different is because there's a lot of different happening in our world right now. It's because I'm going to talk about my river of tears and your river of tears, about your pain, your struggle, your heartache, your challenges, and your healing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my process, and maybe your process will become a little clearer for you. So, I've been asking myself, why me, for a very long time. In fact, my pilot video is called Why Me? And it's 25 minutes and 26 seconds of unparalleled thrills. But it tells about the story of my husband Sid and I. Sid has passed away in 2015, but we were together for 17 years. So that tells the story about a false conviction that we faced back in 2008. And it only tells part of the story, but it tells the whole story as I perceived it when I made the video almost a year and a half ago. There have been developments since then. The biggest one was a download that I got after we had a 13-year sentence, which I served, and when it was almost done, I got a download showing that the verdict was manipulated by representatives of the court. And one of the main players was my attorney. So, Sid used to tell me a lot. He used to say, "You're so naive." And I didn't really know what he was talking about. But it's because I'm a sensitive person. I see the good in people. I see kindness in people. I see a reflection of myself in others to a point that I'm naive. I don't really see the reality of it. And I saw the reality of this one. This was given to me by my husband, Sid. We were together for 17 years, and I have a zillion stories about Sid back there. Sid is quite the character, and you'll be quite entertained by him, so you can go back there. But he gave me this, and he said to me, because he used to bring me all kinds of goodies, all kinds of fun things, and this is a magnet that goes on my fridge over there that has all that beautiful artwork on it. And he said, "This makes me think of you. It looks just like you." I said, "Really?" And the more I keep looking at it, and the more the time goes on, the more I can see the resemblance. Exactly identical twins. And I don't have the little cap like him, but I have the point for it. So more and more as time goes on, we become more and more alike. So this is my lawyer collaborating with the judge and the prosecutor for a guilty verdict before the trial even began. So that put a different twist on my perception of the whole thing. But I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But that's the idea of the whole earlier video series. To take a look at stumble and fall. Stumble and fall. To see what stumble and fall looks like. Because the whole presentation is a series of stumble and fall. And that gave me a whole lot more to think about in terms of forgiveness and healing. But when I first we served some time in prison while we were awaiting the trial. which ended up in a mistrial. And then we were threatened by representatives of the court that you are going to plead guilty or you're not going to last the night if you go back to jail. So that's how that went down. So, I figured out a lot of the reasons why this happened for me. The biggest realization, the most incredible realization that I came to is that, just like you, I chose this for this lifetime before I got here. It's not like we're floating around in the ethers someplace and somebody comes along and says, who are you? Yeah, you're going down there, you're going to be born to so-and-so, and then you're going to do this. That's not how that happens. We have a choice. And so we were given a choice to volunteer to be part of this collective in this time and space. So if you were to take the hundreds of thousands or millions of years or whatever it is that your perception is of our existence as a species, and if you look at it from the very beginning, we can think in terms of everything up until now. Now meaning the millennium. And no doubt I'm going to continue to stumble and fall because I'm human, but you're going to see all the different versions of my stumble and fall along my path, and maybe you'll relate to some of it, and maybe you'll relate to the idea of sharing this video with somebody else on a silver platter, just like you got it, because the idea is all of us coming together as a time of darkness, a time of difficulty, a time of struggle. And we are currently on the verge of the sun rising to experience all it is that human beingness has to offer. So that means we're going to experience the high highs and the low lows. We knew what we were getting ourselves into, and it was for the purpose of expanding, for the purpose of elevating, for the purpose of awakening, to discover who we really are. And that's what my whole video presentation is about, discovering the uniqueness of you. So it would be important for all of the sunflowers to kind of all shine their brightest and blossom their best at this time. So all of that pain, all of that sorrow, all of that suffering is part of the recipe for discovering your authenticity, for discovering why you're here and what your purpose is. This time, and the way to do that, the way to bring us all together, is to share this video with somebody. See, the way that works is, let's say you share this video with some people on a silver platter, and they decide, well, this isn't a bad idea. I'm going to share this with some people too. And they share it with some people who share it with some people who share it with some people. And then then we have a whole bunch of glowing, bright souls on the planet. So, there's a whole spectrum of emotions that range from the high highs to the low lows. And it's not like you can read it in a book to figure out what the high highs are and the low lows are. I mean, you can get an idea. But it's like childbirth. Somebody can tell you, somebody can describe it to you. They can say, childbirth, yes, it involves this, and it involves pain, and it involves, and it's like intense, and they can tell you all that, but it's not the same as actually giving birth. You might understand it. You might empathize with it. You might be able to imagine what it is they're talking about, but you're never going to know the actual experience of it unless you experience it. And it's the same thing with this whole journey, with all of our life lessons. The low lows, which is the space from which the river of tears flows is what I want to talk about a little bit today.
So you may stumble and fall, but the important thing is that we as humans pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off and get started all over again and elevate to new heights.
So I talk about a lot of that in all of my previous videos, which is why that's one of the reasons why you're going to want to go back there and check out the whole array of rays of sunshine.
Well, there's a lot of videos I could send you back to, but the whole idea of looking at all of those, besides seeing all the different versions of the different rays of sunshine, is to see stumble and fall in action.
Because there's inspiration, there's miracle messages, there's hidden treasure that I know is there because I put it there for you.
And it's to illustrate a point, is to illustrate a progression of the lumps and bumps, and bruises and bumps and bruises that we go through over the course of life.
But the other main reason why you would want to go back and take a look at some of those earlier rays of sunshine is for comparison. My whole presentation shows a progression, an evolution.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There's no such thing as too much happy. So why not contribute toward it? And the best way, the most effective way to contribute toward your own happiness is to contribute toward others' happiness. I just got dressed to go for a walk, but I decided to stop back here for a second on my way out to tell you about this character right here. Because this is what we all have in common. This is what we all have a spark of, the light. And so that's why you're here, that's why I'm here, and our goal is to bring others along, to get others off the fence, maybe to get you off the fence. And if that's why you're here, stick with me. I'll get you off the fence.
You're going to learn some things about me, and you're going to learn some things about you. And you're going to...
That spark we have inside of each of us is what will bring us together to light the world.
We've been starved since our inception on this earth. Starved of the light, living in darkness.
So let's bring others along. Share this video.
I mean, it's obvious I'm getting lighter, right? Like some of those ray of sunshines back there, pretty tight. All of those ray of sunshines is what added up to this ray of sunshine.
The thing is, I was noticing when I first looked into the mirror this morning that I'm looking more and more like this guy here. Now
all of those ray of sunshines is what added up to this ray of sunshine. Every single phase, every single ray of sunshine back there is the best ray of sunshine being portrayed at that particular time. Just like I'm the best ray of sunshine that I can be at this moment.
Hey, between you and me, the reason you want to go back there is because there's a life changer back there in one of them there before videos. The breakthrough you've been waiting for.
Wow. Hey, did somebody send you this video? You can learn from their brilliance.
Be sure to share this video with somebody. Time to blossom. And don't forget to share this video so we get all the other sunflowers to blossom with us. And so you can hear me present it in a lot of different ways in many of my previous videos, and I actually recommend that because there's a message there for you. The reason I know that is because I put it there. There's a whole lot of different rays of sunshine showing a progression, showing an evolution, showing a dawning of a new day.
That's watching me evolve while you evolve into this new world energy. Oh, you don't like change? Then you probably don't want to be clicking on one of these boxes.
It's playtime. It's playtime. Create you. Create you. It's playtime. Create you.